What up, guys? It's May 2025, and this is our extended Food Forest Tour, Spring Edition. And I'd like to show you the evolution of our food forest here. We are going on our 7th year, and not all of these plants are 7 years old. There's just a bunch of trees here that are much younger, like this barely 1-year-old mango tree. And this, we'll talk about mangoes in a little bit. This is a whole different topic, but this is a glen on a turpentine rootstock. Right here, actually, turpentine rootstock, and it struggles. Don't buy Florida mangoes or mangoes that are grafted in Florida on turpentine rootstock. They will not do well in California. You need a California proven rootstock like Ataulfo, Manila, Corriente, and just pretty much any seedling varieties that you just plant and has proven to just grow well on its own. This is our key apple. It produced a lot of flowers, but no fruit. There's 3 seedlings together, and so I don't know if they're all male. We'll hopefully get some fruit on it because the fruit is quite tasty. Last time I tasted it, when we went to Exotica Nursery, Steve had me try some fruit and it was delicious. This is a seedling cherimoya. This is a page mandarin, and look at that, it is loaded. Has wonderful fruit. The fruit's kind of tart the last few weeks and few months, but it's starting to sweeten up, and it's actually has produced flowers again, and it's starting to fruit. I don't fertilize this tree, and look at it. It just gets mulch from the chop and drop, and just a bunch of leaves. Like right here, we have our perennial tree collards, and we just use this as chop and drop. We just hedge trimmed these lavenders, and then we just pretty much just toss it in there, and we just weeded. There's a bunch of weeds here, and we used it to compost and also to kind of put it around our trees. We got 4 o'clocks here that are just growing like weeds now. They have roots that overwinter and they come back out, and then they produce these seeds that you can just toss everywhere, and they're nitrogen fixers, so we're kind of tossing them around all over the place. We have these castor beans, these purple leaf varieties, and you know, people are scared of them because they do quite spread. I mean, look at all of these things that look like rambutans. Trust me, they're not rambutans, and they're pretty toxic. But if you open it, trust me, you're not going to mistake that for rambutan. And the roots, I've noticed that wherever these guys are planted, the gophers avoid the area. And so we have a lot of gophers here, and these help. This is a willow. No, is this a willow acacia? This is a. I believe, yeah, this is a willow acacia, I believe. Yeah, I believe that's a willow acacia. This is a seedling loquat. We're using it as a chop and drop, and also to just get some production of leaves, because those leaves are actually really good as a mulch. And we have some ice cream beans right here. That's gonna take a few years before it can lead to some sort of a canopy here. And here's geraniums. I'm loving these geraniums, and we'll try to multiply it everywhere. They're beautiful as a ground cover to protect the soil, and also beautiful. And we're incorporating it in our food forest in mass. And I believe this is a golden trumpet. It's a golden trumpet tree, and Tithonia diversifolia, or perennial Mexican sunflowers, everywhere. And here is an apple tree. That's a jacaranda finally getting to a good size. And again, we want a canopy, and we want them to produce leaf litter to just surround this area with mulch that I don't have to do anything with. They just produce it right here inside, on site. Lavender. And this has been a new addition as of late. Oh man, I forgot what this tree is. I'll remember when we get out there, hopefully. But we planted these as more support canopy species. We're trying to, incorporate more syntropic agroforestry style of in our food forest, and that's why we're planting a bunch of these canopy support trees where we can just, top work and not top work. We just where we can just prune, the top layer and use that as mulch and allow it to produce leaf litter to mulch, because leaves are wonderful mulch to help with the mycorrhizal network to develop. And so, yeah, top canopies. More of that perennial tree collards. More, seedlings of loquat. We have these pigeon peas that are everywhere, and I'm trying to plant a lot more flowering plants, like these poppies. Our neighbor here has them right there. Let me zoom in, and it is beautiful. And we're trying to mimic that all around here as well. There's an apple tree that is producing. Doesn't get fertilization, but this is I believe it's a 5-in-1 apple tree. And here is an unknown stone fruit. I believe this is a peach or some kind of stone fruit, but it tastes pretty good. It's yellow. I don't know, lost the label. And besides, I believe I got this from Home Depot, and they typically are mislabeled. More jacaranda. You got more of the lavenders. You got a mango tree right here. This is I believe a southern bush, southern blush. And so it's starting to push out new growth, which is fantastic. And currently, look at this drip irrigation, guys. This is the key to keeping your trees alive here in Southern California. Here's an alocone tree, another canopy layer that we have incorporated here. It's very fast growing, loses its leaves during the winter, causes a nice amount of leaf litter, and we can just cut it and it just keeps coming back, which is what we want for a support tree. And this is a kaimito. It probably needs more water. It doesn't struggle, but it doesn't really grow that fast. We had another variety. I believe this is probably the red or the green one, but we had another variety that got killed by a gopher. That one was very vigorous growing. It was 8 feet tall, but too bad a gopher killed it. But it's still here. It's trying to leaf out. I'm gonna try to water this more this year, so that just to see how it does. And here is a pear tree. I believe it's a pear. Yeah, it's a Shinseki Asian pear. I think bought at Home Depot. And I grafted a variety that I got from a friend. This is a kefir citrus. A kefir pear. And this is a Monterey. It's a Monterey kefir Monterey. And look at that. It took, guys. It took. Wonderful. Okay, that was grafted last year, probably in the fall. Here is a cutting of a mulberry. Thought it died, but look, bam, right there, it rooted and it did well. Planted right next to drip irrigation. Here's another stick of a mulberry, or a branch of a mulberry that we just stuck into the ground during the winter when we get the rains, and look, it just comes up. Another canopy tree species that we can cut and produce mulch. So that's that. And just take a look at this wonderful mandarins, or mandarins. We're trying to incorporate more flowering trees that are very drought tolerant. And oh my goodness, sorry guys, it's morning time. I forget a lot of my trees. There's so many different kinds, and this is, I believe, a keat seedling, and it is hopefully going to push out. This is a youngin, I think planted 2 years ago, keat, and planted in 20. This is planted in 2020. Bought it at Exotica. The problem I had, I love Exotica, but I think when I bought this, it was in a pot that was rooted in the ground, and it was pulled up, and I think it stunted it. This one right here has only been since 2023, and it's growing a lot faster than that, and that was a seedling. There's more willow acacia starting to go in its growth phase, and look at that. This produces a lot of beautiful small leaves that litter this whole entire area, and it's wonderful. And yeah, oh, check out the grapes, guys. Look at the grapes. There's a different variety. This is I believe this is a radiant. I forgot. I got labels in here somewhere. And look at it. Beautiful. You want bigger grapes? Just cut off about a half while they're at this stage, and it'll help develop these grapes and concentrate the flavor and allow it to get bigger, right? So I'll be doing that later. It's wonderful. All right. So this is an elderberry. I think it needs more water. I mean, it keeps coming back. It produces these flowers. We never really had fruit in it. I mean, we probably had a few, but the birds just love to eat it, and that's fine. If it produces for the birds, that's fine, because they'll leave our other fruit alone. Here is our coconut cream. I made a mistake pruning it heavily on the lower branches, but although maybe it feels like a mistake, but hopefully, I mean, my goal is to allow this to get taller and have the better canopy, because this thing grows lengthy. It grows downwards and then you get fruit that will be hanging on the ground, and this is a flower bud. So what we did, the first bloom occur usually during powdery mildew season, and so what my friend has recommended is to remove these flowers around April, so that it can rebloom in May, when hopefully we get better weather, hotter weather, that is not powdery mildew prone, if I'm making any sense. Because powdery mildew, it attacks the flower buds and can cause the flowers to die off, or affects the fruit sets to a point where they become what's called nubbins, and they don't produce the embryos, and then they just end up either splitting or not maturing. And so you get these fruit that you get excited about that doesn't end up getting mature, and it just falls off the tree, which is huge disappointments every single year for this type of variety. but it's a really good fruit, guys. I mean, coconut cream, highly recommended. Tastes like creamy coconut. Has that notes of a creamy coconut when less ripe, when eaten ripe, but you know, on its earlier of the ripening stage, I guess you could say. That's more of that coconut um, notes. Here's a loquat that's loaded, and believe me, guys, we have been harvesting these, and these taste really good. This is a big gem variety. I mean, the fruit can get, you know, this big, and they produce a lot. And last month, they were quite tart, but now the tart is gone. Very juicy. I don't eat the skin, so I just toss it. I save the seeds because I'm using this as a support tree all around our yard. I mean, imagine a support tree that fruits. You better chop and drop right after, and just toss all of that in the ground as mulch, like all of these right here, right there. Those leaves are from that loquat. All right, let's continue on because this is gonna take. I'm already 60 minutes in, and anyways, this is a Alfonso. Again, this is the second flower push of the season. These mango trees will only have about 3 to 5 pushes per year here in Southern California. And if it keeps these grafted varieties, when they're young, that's all they do. So they rarely grow. And so, you know, that's why it's recommended to plant your own rootstock, let it grow first, and then do that. But there's some techniques that I'm learning to prevent these pushes, and I'll be implementing that this fall. And if I am successful, I'll share it with you guys. But anyways, you got more willow acacia. That's a stone fruit. More apples, loquats, bunch of support trees and plants. This is the silverberry. Produced fruit, but trust me, it's not good. It's just it's beautiful. I think it's a nitrogen fixer, and I believe this is a variegated variety. Got from Exotica Nursery. And this is another mango tree. This is a Valencia Pride. We're scattering all of these blackberry plants everywhere. And again, lavender cutting that just stuck that in the ground during the winter. And this is a kefir pear, very tasty. I mean, it's really good. Same thing with the other pear that's over the Senseke pear over there. One of the most delicious pears I've ever had. Here's the Pakistan mulberry cutting that we just stuck into the ground during the winter. That has took. More of that willow acacia. Here we're trying to produce more leaf litter, more support plants. And I don't know what this plant is, but this is beautiful. We're trying to multiply this. But anyways, we're trying to produce more leaf litter so that, if we want some mulch, we can just take it from here and just push it downwards. And of course, we're also trying to produce more mulch producing plants. And I believe this is a peach tree. This is a plumbago right here. We'll hedge trim that as a chop and drop. This is it's an almond tree. We had this almond tree that we really like, so we thought about getting 2 new varieties, and we got one here and we got one over there. There's a black sapote that I got from my friend Guillermo. Shout out to you, man. Hopefully we can get that to grow quickly. This is a cherimoya. It's a seedling. That's a mango tree right here. Right there. It's a seedling. And this is the gummy bear fruit. Was very difficult to find. I had one before, it died. Probably the gophers killed it, and so this one has a gopher basket underneath, and we're hoping we can get some fruit from it because I just want to try it, just want to try it. Seedling guavas. You see the lavenders, the thonia. We have these. This is a Keith mango. It struggles because I had grafts on here, which I shouldn't have, because I should have this develop into the Keith variety of mangoes, because they're pretty good too. And yeah, it's flowering again, which sucks. Hopefully these new buds here will not be flowers, so that it can grow. This was at a decent size last year, and I messed it up because I'm not that good with grafting just yet. Anyway, this is a carry on turpentine. This is what happens, guys, when you have a turpentine rootstock. They suck. And this is a Pride of Madeira. Very drought tolerant once it's in the ground. Established for 1 year, it just kicks butt. This is I believe a lemon meringue. Yeah, it's a lemon zest. Yeah, it's a lemon zest seedling. More mulberries, more support trees. And check this out. So this Pride of Madeira, look at all this leaf litter. Okay, this is gold. That's what we want, because we get wind that will dry out your soil. You have the sun that bakes it, and it just kills all the microbiology that you need for your plants to grow. And so that's why we're producing all these leaf litter. And geez, I forgot what that is. That's a berry. It's a berry plant. More plants. This is a new incorporation in our food forest. It's like a pea tree. I don't know what it's called. I forgot, but I love it. It produces these beautiful flowers. I don't know, it's just beautiful. So we're just trying to propagate more of it and just scattering it, using it as a support tree or shrub. Here's the almond. It's got some almonds in it. You can eat these if you want to as green, but I like the almond. It tastes much better. It tastes like coconuts. So this is an Indian cluster fig. Hasn't fruited. Just using it as mulch, guys. And we have some seedling avocados, more plumbagos, cherimoya. A santo tree struggles. I'll probably end up planting a mango tree right here. Here's our coffee. It's producing some coffee. We're using these beans to produce more trees. We don't have enough to make coffee just yet, but there's some more over there, and there's on the centropic side of our of this food forest. We have a lot more. That's taller than that. We just chopped and dropped this area here, as it's the same for like everywhere. It's like a pulse chop and drop where we leave some so that there will be housing for the beneficial insects, like the ladybugs. They love this tithonia ladybugs. They love you'll find them there all the time. There's bananas scattered everywhere. This is planted last year. This is a duha tree. Again, this thing right here. We chop down like this. We use it as mulch. All that weeding that we did, using it as mulch. I've been neglecting this tree for a while. I'm gonna give it some love this year. And this is an ash seedling that we just planted this year because we love ash trees. I love ash trees. I love the canopy that they provide, the leaf litter, and I think they're our best um, support tree on the canopy side that we have here in our area, at least for now. We have these calendulas that self-seed themselves. They're beautiful. And look at this. This is a butterfly bush, and it's starting to produce these beautiful showy flowers. I believe this might be the pink variety, which I wanted to multiply more. We have the purple one as well, and they're both beautiful. And this is our top swale. We get water from, this is about an acre of land in our neighbor's side. There's 3 houses, and there's a driveway that's super long. All that water goes into a culvert, goes to this neighbor's house. We had permission to put a funnel in there to divert some of that water. It goes through here on this pipe. We're just covering it right now because we don't want rats going in there. And it just floods this swale right here. And it used to, water used to pool in this area. We had like a swimming pool of water that just refused to percolate down. It used to take like 24 to 48 hours to do so. But now, during a heavy rain pour, it goes in here, it fills this in, but the moment it stops, it's gone. That water's gone. It's already percolated into the soil. Just goes to show how much aeration this soil has gotten with all of these plants. All right. Let's see. Here you go. More of the mulberries. Okay. For us and the birds, these produce a lot. And it's probably 2 years old. 2 years old. It was a branch stuck into the ground during the winter. It took avocado seedlings. I think that's the best way to grow them here. That's another almond tree. This is a Monterey. More seedling. This is a Kent mango seedling. Here's one that's looking pretty nice. This is a Madam Francis. It's looking pretty nice. Now this is an El Ais on a Manila. I don't know why it's struggling. I think when I bought this, I didn't change out the soil mix. It was filled with bark. And I think it struggled for a little bit. It had issues with nutrient deficiency, probably from, the bark holding on to, like, say, the nitrogen and whatnot. I don't know. But again, it's struggled. Well, we'll see how it does. But it's surviving. It's surviving. That's the key. There's another Pakistan mulberry. Here I'm trying to plant more mango trees. And they're struggling here for some reason. Probably not getting enough water. But this is a young ash tree that is probably 2.5 years old, 3 years or something so. But this is gonna grow fast. Once it gets to like this height, it just shoots up. And I like to cut it at around 8 feet, just so it gets these nice branching, because we want canopy here. We want sun protection, and we might even get some rope and make these branches kind of go more a little bit more horizontal, so we can get a little bit more shading in this area. That's the key. That's the goal. All right, let's keep going. Look at this lavender. My wife loves these, and so does our friends. Very nice flowers that you could put in a vase in water and it'll last for a very long time. And ice cream bean. This one struggles because it almost got killed by a gopher. somewhere else on our property. We dug it up and we tossed it in here, and it's starting to recover. Bananas, and that's a bamboo. I think that's a bambusa old hammy eye. Make sure you get the clumping bamboo, guys, unless you got a big property where you're okay with a running bamboo. But no, get the clumping kind. This is I believe a lemon meringue, looking pretty nice, starting to leaf out. Hopefully we can get some growth. And a lot of these mango seedlings, I think they spend a lot of time developing their roots, and at some point I'm hoping that they will have a growth spurt where they can say, okay, enough's enough with the roots. I hit a certain degree where it got some water from all the way down deep, and it's ready to grow. Hopefully that will be the case, hopefully. And we're trying to incorporate more ground covers like these guys. And this is a popcorn acacia. Oh man, you guys missed out on the flowers, but look at that. You got a caterpillar in there. It's looking like a beautiful caterpillar. I'm gonna let it be. It's designed for it. That's why we have support trees, guys, so they leave our other plants alone, because these are their preferred trees. We had a mango that died here. It's a Laverne Manila that was this tall. Guess I killed it. A gopher. And these guys, I forgot what they're called. It's a berry plant. I suck at these plants, but hey, they survive. This is a honeyberry. So we'll see how they do. We'll see. This is their second year, and so hey, they survived the winter. They survived the summer, and hopefully they'll survive and fruit for us. This is a square mango. Struggles, man. This was so promising, but it looks like it's prone to, this particular variety, it's prone to sunburn, and so I'm gonna have to paint this with a organic, not paint, but it's paint. This is our winter's mango that we top worked, and we got, this is a coconut cream. This is, I don't know what this is anymore. I put a question mark in here. It could be coconut cream. I'm not sure. And you got a Keo Savoy. I just put this Pickering right here as a new graft. This is a Bombay looking fantastic. Of course you got some, I don't know what this is, probably anthracnose, but it's pushing new growth. It's looking like it's going to be a robust graft despite what's going on in the leaves. This is an LZ, lemon zest. It's still looking okay. This was grafted back in the summer, August, I believe, August, September, or October of 2024. This is an LZ. Yeah, this is 8/17/2024, and this one is looking great. This is another LZ, August, and it's not pushing, but it's that those buds weren't like that. These were dormant buds, and it's starting to push. It's a Philippine, I believe the same as the Carabao, but who knows? The true Philippine has a very nice flavor profile that's very complex, unlike the Manila, right? The Laverne Manila or the Ataulfo. There's nothing wrong with the Ataulfo. It's sweet, but it's not complex like the Philippine, the true Philippine, or the true Carabao. And here's our Namdok Mai. We top worked it last year, and it rejected everything, everything except for this variety here, which is the Okrong right here. And I think it's because, you know, this Namdok Mai has a specific growth habit where I think I grafted it at a time when it did its last push of the season, and we got these high heat. We reached like temps in the 110s, 111, and I think all of the grafts just died. And we're trying again, and we're trying again during the spring, where look at this new flush of growth. And so I'm hoping that these new grafts will take, because we want some creme brulee, right? We want to try some, what do I have in here? I think we got some pickering in here. We have juicy peach. We have a Giselle. And what else is there? Seacrest. This is a orange sherbet. Super Julie. Some of that. And there's that peach cobbler, Duncan. You know, trying to get some insurance mangoes in here. Yeah, right? So we can get some fruits every year, we hope. And here, these ice plants just has grown like crazy right here. We're using it as a mulching material too, but you know, to me they're kind of a pain. I prefer these corapias as a ground cover, but they serve their purpose. They got beautiful flowers during this time to attract the bees. But I mean, the lavenders are just wonderful for attracting pollinators. This is a Jakarta. The flowers so far during this powdery mildew season has, I don't know, it's looking pretty good. Flowers are looking good, but the tree itself, I mean, all it wants to do is flower. Stop. Grow for me, right? This is the same size for the last 3 years on turpentine rootstock. This is, oh, there is an ash tree. Look at that, straight branches that you can cut and use as stakes. Similar, you know, you can build stuff with it. It's wonderful. You could just trim that, use the leaves as mulch, and it's just, I love the ash tree. Okay, oh, the sun's coming up. All right, this is our longan. Produced a decent crop last year. I mean, it's not a lot. This year, it's, you know, it's flowering again. I think it just needs more water or more mulch. So we mulched it a lot last year. This is a carabao seedling we got from Exotica. Again, I kind of messed it up a little bit, top working this to graft some varieties, but I gotta leave this alone. This is a cherry of the Rio Grande. It's produced more flowers this year. We had fruit set on this the last few years. Hopefully we'll get more every single year thereafter. It is fruiting. It's hard to see the fruit once it kind of sets until they start to turn color. But you got, you got flowers on. You could see it. Look at those flowers that are hopefully turning into fruit. There's a rose apple, right? They're really good. Very, very. Their shelf life is very short, so you gotta eat it when it is prime, and that's probably why you don't see this anywhere. Because once you start to pick them, they start to wilt. Like the actual fruit starts to wilt, and they're really tasty. It's very fragrant. You can smell like the rosy smell, kind of like if you go get like a rose milk tea, boba tea. It's the similar flavor, similar smell, and it's just wonderful. But like I said, it's just a short shelf life. See, we cut the Tithonias. We're leaving some. Once those grow back, we're gonna chop this ones off. And again, look at that, mulberries. And this is an Iman Pasan. You know, I tasted them. I believe it's the same as Alampur. I tasted it. I did not like it. I thought it was disgusting. So, I'm gonna leave this be here because someone's probably gonna like it. And I'm just gonna plant more mangoes all over here. And hey, if I don't like it, once this thing grows, I'll just top work it into a different variety. This is a California pepper tree, right? We're just waiting for these trees to grow, and we'll end up just chopping this off slowly. We have more of it right here, and people think, oh no, don't plant that. It has invasive roots though, my understanding. So just be careful with that. Don't plant it too close to your property, too close to, your in-ground piping, like your sewer and water lines. Just be careful of that. But it's doing very well. I mean, it shaded these plants here, and this is a what is this tree? We call it macopa, or I believe oh man, it's like a Vietnamese apple, some people call it, but yeah, we call it macopa in the Philippines. This is my goodness, what is this? This is a Barbados cherry. I'm not a big fan of the growth. They create these spiky nonsense of a branch. It's not real spikes, but they can get spiky once they dry out, so it's not good for chop and drop. I hate it for chop and drop. The fruit is not tasty to me, and so I think I'm gonna chop one of these down, and the other one I'm just gonna heavily prune it. I'll put a mango tree. There's room for 2 mango trees right here. We're slowly transitioning this food forest into a mango producing paradise. And so as I walk through these every day, I find room. All right, you could put a mango tree right here, right next to this support tree that will eventually, be chopped down once it grows. Right, there's another mango tree that we can put right here, and these pineapples hopefully will give us fruit, but it's gonna take a while. Here's a blackberry plant we just planted, I think a year and a half ago. And there's our beneficial insect right there. It's a ladybug. That's a lemon guava seedling. More mango plants, right? Look at that mango plant. This is a orange sherbet seedling. We got Fuyu persimmon, so we removed all the flowers from that. It's a little young. White sapote. We also have a white sapote tree right here. Right there. We did some grafting of a friend's variety that took, oh, you can barely see it. Right there. It's looking wonderful. I don't expect fruit from it this year. It's kind of slow growing here. At least for me. It grows well enough, but I expected more from it. Oh, corop, you guys. Yeah, it's intermingled with weeds, but it's gonna choke it out at some point. This is Corapia. It's beautiful. Okay, it's a beautiful ground cover. It's gonna protect this soil. It's gonna produce, solar panels to feed the microbes underneath. Okay, don't think of it as robbing your trees of, competing with your trees. This is, if you do regenerative agriculture methods, these plants are not going to compete. They're going to help each other. All right. More mango. And if you want to know more about that, check out rhizophagy cycle, rhizophagy cycle. And this is a, believe that's a sweet tart on a Keith rootstock. This is a senna support tree. We had a mango here that got killed by a gopher. And this is ipil or Lokina, one of Jeff Lawton's favorite trees. They don't do that well here, but they do well enough. They get hit with some kind of bug that I don't know, during the winter time. They kind of struggle, but they do well enough as a support tree. This is an Oro Blanco. It's a Pomelo. This is I don't know what this is. I lost the label. Bought a bunch of cultivars from Exotica Nursery. This is a seedling guava. I bought a bunch of them. A lot of them got eaten by the gophers. And this is a bear's lime. That's a cherry tree. Here's our cac mango, and here's another young support tree. And it's an avocado seedling right there that was planted as a seed right next to a drip emitter. There's our Pram Chimea, produces nubbins almost every single year. We probably only had 2 fruit from this the last 7 years. It's the wrong variety, guys, for our area. It gets attacked by powdery mildew and perhaps I don't know what this is. I know this is like a fungal issue that it gets on its leaves. So it gets attacked. This thing, hopefully as it grows and I stop trimming it, that it will produce some kind of fruit set, because this is a really good variety. It's an amazing fruit. Anyways, look at the Carapia. It's beautiful, guys. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We're spraying this everywhere. Okay, what else? Okay, let's focus on trees here. This is a cherry. It's a Lapin's cherry. It's no good. Just give it to the birds. It's a nice support tree. We're gonna plant mangoes right here. This is a Longan star. It's produced last year, and it looks like it's gonna produce some more this year. It's not a heavy fruit set, but good snack. This is our Duha tree, produced, and it produced last year. Yeah. Sorry for the mess. Well, got a lot of projects. What can I say? See, this is what we want. We want a canopy, guys. And we want mulch. It's an ash tree. This is a yellow poinciana. Beautiful, showy, yellow flowers. Bees love. You'll see bumblebees all over here at some point throughout the day. Here is our lychee. Struggled for a few years. I don't water it enough, so this year I'm gonna give it some love and water it as advised to me by a friend, because this thing produced fruit. It produced 3 fruit. Everything else dropped because I didn't water it enough, I am told. Here's a seedling persimmon. It's the Native American variety. It's the one that you have to, you can't just eat fresh. Just picked. You can't eat it. You gotta wait till it turns into Jello, and it tastes amazing. But we're using it as a rootstock for our Fuyu persimmons, and we'll just leave a few as is. Here's more of that persimmon, and yeah, fruiting. Look at that. More here. These are biggest ones, and I finally stopped pruning it or trying to air layer it because it doesn't like being air layered. It just rejects it, and then you have a dead branch afterwards. More of that native persimmon. All right, actually, yeah. So we're planting a lot of these staghorn sumacs, like the plant that the early plant. The plant that I talked about earlier. This is it, staghorn sumac. Okay, so all these plants. We need to start hand pollinating these cherimoyas, because they don't typically set fruit because we don't have the bugs that to pollinate these. More seedling mango trees. A lot of trees here. You got, what is this? This is a sugar-lee jujube. Produces every year. And this is also sugar-lee, but I think these are two different varieties. I mean, likely mislabeled. And you can see the loquats right there. It's just freaking loaded. Loaded. Look at that. Just loaded. Alright. Let's keep going. More grapevines. We're trying to put grapes all throughout our fence. All throughout our fence. This is a gem avocado. Oh, this is a mame. It needs more water. Definitely needs more water. Gets neglected. I need to water it more. And here you can see that's a ladybug right there on our Tithonia diversifolia, Mexican sunflowers, and you find them there. So that's why we don't want to just chop off all of it during our chop and drop pulses. We want to keep some so we can house our beneficials. Here's a gem avocado right here. We don't get much fruit from it just yet per tree, but you know, not enough for us yet. Hopefully 1 year it's starting to grow taller. It's about maybe 8 feet tall now, and hopefully in the next few years we'll get a lot more avocados. So this is our avocado area. So this is a plumbago. I just what do you call this, hedge trimmed it. You got all this mulch material that I haven't raked and put in a fruit tree. This is a fuerte, and I don't know, this fuerte struggled for multiple years. It's very slow growing relative to the other avocados that we have here. We're trying to add a lot more varieties. I believe this is a surprise. Yep, that's a surprise. This Mexicola died suddenly. I don't know what it is. And this is the reason why I'm overplanting, guys, because we're gonna have some deaths. I don't know what happened. I don't know if the gopher attacked it, but it probably got hit with some kind of disease during the winter. I'm not sure. But could have been root rot. I don't know, because when I planted these a while back, I didn't remove the bark around the roots. I have no clue. But yeah, we'll get some deaths. This one right here, that gem gets shade, like dapple shade, from this Tipuana tipu during the heat of the summer, and it loves it. Loves the shade. This one was completely exposed and had some sunburn. Not too bad, but it had some sunburn. It kind of struggled during the, 111 degrees that we had last year. Here's a Pickering mango. Again, look at that. Trying to produce flowers at such a young age. That's what sucks about these grafted trees that are not as vigorous growers, because they grow so ever slowly, or they even shrink. Especially if they're on a bad Florida turpentine rootstock. They don't do well here, guys. Look at these gem avocados. Okay, let's continue. We got figs, and the figs are a wonderful canopy for these avocados. Okay, they protect them during the summer, and then they allow the sun to hit the avocados during the winter time, because they lose all their leaves. This is a different variety. Oh my goodness, I better label this. Yeah, I need to find the label for this from a previous post that I had last year. That's a bacon right here. It's a bacon avocado, probably 2 years in the ground, doing well. Again, shaded by these fig trees. Here's another avocado. It really likes this area. Look at those beauties. Okay. Sugar apples, they don't grow too well here. They fruit, but come wintertime, these fruit end up, you know, getting messed up. But we'll see how this one does. See the fruit? Oh, you can see it. All right. We'll see if that's gonna end up tasting good, because oh, what did I do? Right here. Okay. We shall see. Because it loses its leaves during the wintertime, and they don't have solar panels, and the fruit just goes bad. More gems. All right, let's keep going, guys. I'm gonna have to segment this video because I can't show you guys all the things that are going on. I'm just showing you the oldest part of the food forest here. Oh, cherries! Yeah, this is a Royal Lee cherry. Okay, it's a Royal Lee. It's not that quite ripe yet, but it tastes pretty good still. And this is a Mini Royale right here. Look at that. Low chill varieties. I prefer the Mini Royale. They're more self-fruitful, but look at that. Royal Lee, not doing too bad this year. You need water during the fruiting phase. Oh. Mulberries, guys. A lot of mulberries. A lot. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Wow. It's good stuff. Now here, it's an older ash tree, maybe 4 years old. Look at that. Beautiful. This is an Oscar mulberry. Wow. Look at that. It's yummy. That's a Bunganapali mango, seedling mango, right there. And a bunch of, there's avocados. There's a lot of young stuff here. But we got our support tree of an ice cream bean. This produces a lot of fruit. We love it. We love it. And more plumbagos. This is more Tipuana tipus. This is a poplar right here. Hasn't shown itself yet, except down below, right here. This is a mulch though. I don't quite like, because the leaves are so big that it smothers everything. Like it'll smother like my little trees that I'm trying to plant here. It just smothers it, like right here. It'll just see this little ash tree. It'll smother it, and you'll have a bunch of leaves. This is why I don't like these poplar here as a canopy support tree. That's why we're not kind of spreading it out all throughout our land. This is a Grumachama cherry. Wonderful cherry. Very low chill. I mean, these are South American cherries, and they're starting to produce. Look at that. Again, I'm gonna start to water this a little bit more. We have this orange tree here. I believe this is I don't know what this is. I think it might be a Washington navel. Although that might be a Washington navel right there, over there. And we're gonna go take a look. Okay, let's keep going. This is a bamboo I got from Steve, from Exotica. Steve, if you're looking at this, thank you. This is a Bassetti. It's a Bassetti variety of a clumping bamboo. And see, got hidden avocados. That's a seedling being supported and shaded by these Mexican sunflowers and these support pepper trees. That's a calamansi tree right here. We love calamansi, because or calamondin, you probably know it as by, but Philippines, this is calamansi. We have a tangelo and more ash trees, guys. More mango trees right underneath it. And here is, oh, look at that, guys. Look at that. This is a himrod grape, and it's an early season. This is the earliest ones that ripen. And look at that. And here we're gonna plant more mango trees there, a mango tree right there, more over there, and there's so many places for a mango tree. We could even put it right here. Yeah, we got one right there, and we'll plant one over there. Shit, I could put one over here. Here's a willow acacia. Here's a, I believe this is the Washington navel, and it's producing some fruit. We like this one. This one tastes really good. Hard to peel, but you just slice it. And we're trying to incorporate many different kinds of citrus. There's a golden nugget, so that we, they produce fruit different seasons throughout the year, and so we want to be able to get fruit like a citrus or all kinds of fruit all throughout the year, and that is the goal. That is the goal. Okay, more fruit trees here. This is, I believe, an Alberta's peach. We're gonna be planting a lot more stuff here. I just, trimmed off the California pepper tree, and I still need to process these to turn them into, mulch material. And our lemon tree, and we're going into the forest now, guys. Forest of ash, forest of ash trees here, and yeah, they were wonderful. Avocado seedling right here. We're trying to incorporate these guys as well. I forgot what these are called. More bananas. Okay. And these are our thornless blackberries, and they're wonderful. They produce twice a year, and they're just everywhere here. And oftentimes you're not gonna see them when they're green, but then you're walking around the food forest one day and you're like, oh, one is ripe, I gotta get one of those. And it's a fun snack, very fun snack. Nothing's ripe that we haven't harvested just yet, but yeah, here's a cherimoya. There's a canopy of an ice cream bean. That's a canopy of the alocon tree, and you can actually eat the fruit bodies as a vegetable, as they do in the Philippines. Let's see here. That is a royal crimson cherry, struggling. A lot of cherries that I buy from the nurseries, they have a tendency of developing gamoses, and some of them survive, but many of them die, and it sucks. And I have had no time to research that and have a fix for it, because I'm just focused on mangoes, guys. Focused on mangoes at this time. Look at these mulberries. Look at that. Okay. Yeah. Ooh. Problem with these, they stain. They will stain your clothes. Yeah. Gotta be careful, because these young staghorn sumacs are all over the place. This is I think this is a cantaloupe variety jackfruit. Okay, I need to trim this Tithonias. I'll do that later. And here you can see the shade. Hey, buddy. All right, so let's give Oreo some snacks before we feed him. You go, Oreo. Okay. Forgot what this flower is. Flowering tree. Forgot what it's called. I suppose you're not supposed to smell these. They can be toxic, but we never had issues. I mean, I grew up with these in the Philippines. I don't think anyone has ever died with that tree in place. This is a macadamia. We got 2 of them over there. We got a bunch of pomegranates, and this is starting to flower again this year. Oh, excuse me, Lucas. Excuse me. We're planting more mangoes right here. And you know, we made these walkways, these pathways out of just about 2.5, 3 inches of concrete, and we used rebar. No cracks, guys. No cracks. And it's been a bit, I think 4 years. 4 years. But over here we'll put some mango trees. Mango trees are not, that doesn't have invasive roots, so they shouldn't be breaking these concrete paths. Put more mango tree. Here's an ash tree. Look at that. This is probably 5 years old, maybe 6 years old. Yeah, these are the oldest. And here, I know it looks messy because we're propagating stuff. Yeah, we're propagating these trees here. Yeah, there's more staghorn sumac right here that we're propagating. We just planted a bunch of these propagated ice cream beans. There's more ice cream beans right here. And we're planting a bunch of trees and plants here. So anyways, this is my favorite spot in the yard right now. I know it looks messy for now, but just chilling underneath a canopy of ash trees. That one day we'll do tree weaving as a hobby. Tree weaving where we, you know, we weave ropes all over this place, and you can create a playground. You can walk up those trees and, you know, hang out like a tree house. That's gonna be the next hobby the next 5 to 10 years. This is a different kind of loquat. Let's see. I like the other ones better, but holy shit. Oh, wow. Maybe I just ate it at the wrong time. That one's sweet. Oh, wow. Yeah. It's a different variety, loquat. I don't know the variety. I got this from Exotica. Wow. That's good. So, yeah. That's a persimmon. That's an avocado seedling that we just literally planted in the ground as a seed. That's our Chico sapote. It's got fruit in it. Right here. It takes a while for this fruit to develop from flower. It takes about, I think, 15 or 18 months. And had a lot of flowers. Oh, there you go. So this is Alano. It's got some fruit. And here is a grape that we're trying to train as a tree. It's a Pinkerton avocado. We have a mango tree somewhere over here. Support trees galore. More blackberries. And look, it's just everywhere. I mean, these berries are just everywhere. If you got kids, grow mulberries because they're so good. I mean, these are small. They'll stain, right? The Pakistan doesn't stain. We also have the white mulberry over there. I didn't show you, but we'll show it in a different video. This is a guanabana or soursop, guyabano, and loses its leaves every winter, guys. I didn't protect it this year. but I mean, it's coming back. It's protected by this microclimate. We're trying to get these bananas to grow because I'm told that they create like a buffer for temperatures because they have a lot of water inside of the stems. And here's an Inca berry, right? Got no fruit on it yet, but it does, but it's not ripe. So you get these fruit that look like tomatillos. That's a carob tree. It's a support tree for us, but it's also when they create the carob pods, supposedly the pods taste like chocolate, and it's an alternative to chocolate. Cherimoyas are starting to flower. Oh, there's a male flower right there. See, it's opened up. I need to start pollinating these. I need to start recruiting the retirees. You guys gotta get some retiree labor. That's a gem avocado. This is a pomelo. I think it's an Oro Blanco, but we love this variety. I mean, it's starting to produce again, and the fruit set looks heavy this year, and hopefully with a little bit more watering we get more fruit set from it. At least keep the fruit set without dropping. So this is our centropic style agroforestry right here. It's not full agroforestry, but you know, we'll talk about that at a later time. This video is long enough, and so this is the end of that area. Excuse me, Lucas. Excuse me, but I guess I can just show you some stuff. So this is what we're doing to our mangoes, right? We're grafting them, and ooh la la, 80s in the temps, and oh, we're getting a push. Ay, caramba. We're starting to get a push. Oh shit, mole. All right, I guess I'll make another video on these mangoes, but here's how it looks like. For those of you who say, you know, food forests don't have food, I mean, eggs is food, right? Fruit's food, right? There's food here. What's up, Mom? Morning. Yeah, this is our makeshift grafting station, or oh, I'll open that up. Well, I gotta open it up because it's gonna get hot. It's a heated greenhouse. Just trying to keep the temps above 60 to get these grafts to take faster. All right, so that's all our mangoes. Well, not all. Oh, there's a lot of mangoes. A lot of mangoes that we planted already, and it's one of them right here. Okay, well, this video has been very long. Hopefully you like it. Like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Bye.